Today is the feast day of someone greater than whom no other man born of woman exists or has ever existed. Such was the glowing description of the Lord himself to the one who preceded him just a little in time. Such is the reason why he is called the forerunner of the Messiah, or in Latin, the precursor. He is a great man by any standard. He lived frugally, surviving out in the wild on locusts and honey. He was selfless and humble. Whilst he had disciples himself, he knew when to step back and give way to what he prophetically referred to as the Lamb of God, the one who takes away the sins of the world. He was great from any angle. He knew when to decrease, so that the one he pointed to might increase. But there was one simple thing that epitomized his greatness more than any other. And that one simple thing is not usually being talked about, but this is what ultimately really counts as most important. They say that when God chooses, he chooses and plucks the best flower. In the Old Testament tradition, only the best is worthy of God. The first fruits, the firstborn son, the 1-year-old unblemished lamb for the Passover sacrifice. He decreed through Moses that the blood from this sacrificial lamb be sprinkled in the doorposts of all the houses of the Israelites on the night of remembrance of the Passover. John's greatness goes beyond merely being humble. It goes far beyond his merely being poor and frugal and self-denying. His real greatness lies in what happened when he was yet a baby in the womb of Elizabeth. He recognized his Lord. He leapt in the womb when Elizabeth heard Mary's greetings to her. I would like to suggest that there is something here that concerns us all. We all could possibly imitate him in his poverty and simplicity. We all could probably be as selfless as John was. But the more important question is this: do we recognize the Lord? Do we acknowledge his presence in everything that happens, in everyone that we meet, and in every place we visit? Do we see the Lamb of God? And do we recognize the saving mercy with which he has saved us? Why we cannot even acknowledge the good that others do to us. We could even be ungrateful. We could be very indifferent and uncaring. But John, the prophet, had everything that a prophet needed to be right from the start. He recognized the Lord and leapt in his mother's womb. When was the last time you saw the Lord? When was the last time you recognized him in your neighbor, your ally, even your enemy? And that, my dear friends, is the most important question for us. And this is your Kalakbay at Katoto in this week's episode of Puso sa Puso, saying thank you and God bless you.